Welcome to this news edition. The deputies deserted the premises of the parliament throughout the morning of August 21st while they were expected in the chamber for the resumption of the indictment session, which was continued twice. It was 4 o'clock in the afternoon when the presence of 64 parliamentarians was noticed at the bicentennial. The holding of the meeting was intended to facilitate the meeting on August 23rd around the policy statement of the appointed prime minister. The accusing deputies mortgaged the ratification session by calling on the Speaker of the lower house to postpone this exercise, stating that Fritz William Michel May's 23rd decision is the subject of a waiver appeal. In the preparation of this edition, there was no indication that the continuing session will proceed normally and come to an end in the lower house. However, gunfire was heard in the vicinity of the parliament, and political activists staged a protest outside the premises of the parliamentary institution. They threw stones and other objects at the police vehicles. Meanwhile, the police dispersed them with tear gas. At midday on Wednesday, individuals blocked car traffic in Delma 47 to denounce the acute economic crisis that is plunging them increasingly into precariousness. In particular, they erected barricades of burning tires on the pavement. A truck was also placed on the road. Protesters sharply criticized the head of state of his handling of the crisis. The latter did not relieve the poor after more than 2 years at the head of the executive, denounced these residents of Delma. A few days before the start of school scheduled for September 9th, very few parents attend the bookstores and booksellers in the square. The worsening economic condition in the country are the basis of this situation, says many of the booksellers interviewed by Radio Pacific. In addition, the absence of a legitimate government is one of the causes of the deterioration of the country's socio-economic situation, says Merchant. They call on the chief executive to do everything in his power to resolve the political crisis and improve the living condition of the Haitian people. The head of the National Society of Industrial Parks, Bernard Chettini, announces the distribution of new prefabricated plastic plates for the benefits of the 13,000 workers in Port-au-Prince. This initiative is part of efforts to replace styrofoam plates that pose a real danger to the environment. Styrofoam plates represent not only a real danger to the environment, but also, above all, threat to health and the population, says Ashley Larac, who is involved in the implementation of the project. The entrepreneur took the opportunity to criticize the behavior of the authorities, who took no steps to enforce the measures taken in 2013 to ban the sale of styrofoam packaging in the country. For his part, the head of the committee of the Textile Workers Union, Jude Pierre, applauded the decision, which he said could contribute to the country's sanitation. Abroad, the UN Security Council will hold an emergency session on Thursday at the request of Russia and China. Both countries denounced dreadedly the medium-range missile test conducted Sunday in the United States. Washington and Moscow emerged on August 2nd from the INF Treaty, which banned both countries from testing and using any intermediate-range missile. However, Sergei Lavrov, the Russian foreign minister, believes that the United States has long since begun to prepare missile tests. The test has been prepared well before August 2nd, when the legal obligations of the INF Treaty officially expired for both countries. The missile was launched from the island of San Nicolas off the coast of California. According to the U.S. Department of Defense, it traveled 500 kilometers before hitting its target accurately. Russia denounces an escalation of military tensions. Still in the international world, South Africa bans apartheid flag in South Africa. It is now forbidden to display in public the old flag, that of the apartheid era. The decision was taken on Wednesday by the High Court of Justice in Johannesburg. The judge found that displaying the flag was a racist and discriminatory act, and that it constituted incitement to hatred against the black community. Reinforced by the statement, I am very pleased with this decision. Our wish today is to be united regardless of race and skin color. So I say, let the force be with the new democratic and egalitarian South Africa. Let us be a strong and united nation under one flag. Justice was seized by the Nelson Mandela Foundation following a demonstration 2 years ago by wild farmers who had waved the old flag. This flag was the national emblem of South Africa from 1928 to 1994. He had thus been associated with the apartheid regime. It was replaced in 1994 by the rainbow flag, much to the desolation of some Afrikaner nationalists. That's all the news for now. Thank you for watching. And if you would like to rewatch this news edition, you may do so at Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and RadioTelePacific.com. You may also watch it on cable channel 384 for the island Nassau, Bahamas. And from all of us at Info Pacific, good night.